Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Eric and today I finally get to do the initial break-in period and unboxing of my newly acquired 12 horsepower Hangkai outboard motor, two-stroke motor. Now, ever since I made the announcement of this video about 2 months ago, give or take, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to it. It's been a busy season for me on YouTube. Finally get to catch up. So, the most important thing you have to keep in mind is the break-in period. More specifically about the gasoline itself. The gas requires a 25:1 ratio two-stroke oil, which equates to about 5 ounces for every gallon. Remember, 5 ounces every gallon. So if you plan to buy one of these or a similar one that's two-stroke, it'll likely be the same. So without any further ado, let me get to work. All right, so let me go ahead and open the box itself. Here we go. Seems to be nicely packaged. Here we go. All right, so this is what we got here. Let me show you guys a better image. This is that's the outboard itself. Got the gallon in here. Looks like we have the manual. It even looks like the original Tohatsu manual. This is a Tohatsu clone, mind you. Although this is a 12 horsepower, in reality it is a clone of the 9.8 two-stroke Tohatsu from back in the 90s and early 2000s. Before the US put regulations on the two-stroke outboards, they copied it. Now this is a 6-gallon tank, and there's a good reason why you need a 6-gallon tank. Two-stroke engines, they tend to use a little bit more gas than regular 4-stroke, so having a 6-gallon is very important. However, I don't think I'm gonna be using full 6 gallons. I need to go fill this up with like gas, of course. I'm gonna put about 5 gallons and then put in the oil in it. Put to the side. We have here's the fuel line. Looks like we have a few tools for basic maintenance as well. Let me see how I do this. I'm gonna have to change the camera angle. Okay, basically what I want to do right now is I want to put that on the stand, because before you do anything with the motor, the gear case itself requires oil. That out of the factory they come without the oil. Keep that in mind. So before you even take it to the water, make sure you fill it up with oil. So I'm gonna put it on the stand and get to work on that. But first, I want to see how heavy is it. Some people say it's 60 pounds, some people say 70, some people say 80. Yo, this thing is light. Holy God above. It's so light. It's almost identical to my 6 horsepower Tohatsu. Whoa. Wow. It's so nimble and light. Holy God. Okay. That's pretty cool. Like, I was concerned about that, honestly. About how heavy it would have been, but yo, this thing is light, like legit light. All right, let me bring you guys in close so you guys can see a closer look. Okay, so here is the look of it. That must be neutral right here. Reverse, forward. I mean, right now it's not running. Of course, there's no oil in it. Here's the handle. Shut off switch right here with the lanyard itself. This thing looks legit like a Tohatsu, no joke. Let me go ahead and open the cowling. Oh, here it is. Okay, like a Nissan outboard. I believe the Nissan outboards are like that. Okay, so here's the inside. This is the first I'm opening, so I have no idea what I'm looking at. Fuel pump. Ignition coil, the coils themselves, spark plugs, got it. Wow, it's so tiny. Wow. Here's the choke. Wow. This is really cool. All right. So let me go to the gas station, put gas in that. But before I do that, let me show you guys how to put oil in the gear case. Okay, everyone, right now We're gonna looking at the lower part of the unit at the moment. In here, before we put in the lube, there are 2 bolts we need to remove. There's this one up here and this one down here. So let me go ahead and get to that. That's dripping oil. I was told it didn't came with, oh, that must be the residue. That's what it is. That's the residue from when they first run it on the factory. That's what it is. Oops. Anyway, here is the next thing you're gonna need. You're gonna need some lower unit lubricant, gear lube. You need this little plunger thing that comes with, that helps you pump it up from the bottom. You can find these at Walmart, your local marine shop. I'll put links below for all the stuff I got here. So I need to screw this in at the bottom. Let me go and get to that. So at this point, the plunger is in. Sorry for the neighbor is screaming with her boyfriend. And now I get to fill it up. Now the idea is that once you remove this bolt up here, it'll start to overflow. The moment it starts to overflow, we're gonna put in the bolt right here so it holds the air. We remove the plunger and we put the other bolt in. Should be getting ready soon. I don't know how much it's gonna take, but we're filling up very nicely. I still cannot believe things so darn light. 9.8 horsepower on a thing that weighs as much as my 6 horsepower Tohatsu. Unbelievable. My 4-stroke Tohatsu weighs about 60 pounds. I bet this thing weighs maybe 65, 70 at best. It feels really light for me. Ah, there it is. See, it just came out. Look, that's how you want it. So now that we're there, put in the bolts back in. Make sure you don't forget the little washers. And transmission or gear case is done. So now, let me go ahead and go get some gas for the tank and put it on the water. All right, here we go. 5 gallons. Nope. Too fast. I guess I can fill it up fast. Well, that's something for you guys to know. Why is it going so slow? Got to remove the little filter. Gotta remove the little filter. There we go. Here we go. My bad. This is why I make these videos. Windy today. 5 gallons exactly. Good stuff. Okay, everybody. So now I'm gonna be using some of the 2-stroke oil. I got it right here with me. I'm gonna be putting 25 ounces in there, which is about a little bit above 3 cups. So if you want to get yourself one of these at Walmart or something, yeah, they'll definitely do. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. Now, this engine, on the instructions, they recommend that you use premium gas. However, I don't use premium gas. I currently own a Lexus, and Toyota recommends you put premium on those. I just use a gasoline conditioner to make it, because I don't pay for premium. I just don't. All right, and go ahead. Okay, I put a little bit of that. I'm gonna put in a little bit over 3 cups. Let's see what that will look like. Here we go. A little bit over 3 cups. Beautiful. There we go. By yay much right there. So now we're gonna pour it in. I got some extra gas with me that I use for my lawnmower. I'm gonna be using that to, you know, clean up the cup a bit. It doesn't remain oily. This is the most important part, guys. I cannot emphasize that, because a lot of you from both here in the US market, Europe, Australia, for some reason, I've become rather popular lately with you guys. I'm grateful though. It's been rather fun. Keeps me really busy though, creating content. All right, there we go. So that it's set. And I'm gonna be shaking this a little bit so it mixes nicely. And then I'm gonna put the fuel line, and this will be fun. All right, so I got the gas can here, got the fuel line here. The fuel line, I don't know if you guys can see clearly. Let me see. It's like an arrow. Yeah, there it is. See the arrow that tells you where the gasoline is flowing and which end goes towards the engine, which is basically this one. On get in there. Funny enough, the wires of the tiller, it's getting a little bit on the way. There we go. Okay. I mean, this thing is not perfect. I get it. They're not necessarily super expensive either. I think I got this one for about $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put a link below of Amazon and all that. They had it on special. I'm not sure the special is still going, but I put a link, a general link, so you guys can see how many specials are currently available in the Amazon website. And you guys can take a look if you're interested in one of these. I believe the folks are supposed to go, my buddies over there, they sell the 4 and 6 horsepower 2-stroke. Again, if you decide to get one of those, keep in mind it's the exact same procedure. The braking period is the most important one, okay? Look at me. I'm putting the fuel in and I haven't even put it in the bucket. Let me go ahead and move the outboard on the bucket. All right, I'm actually a little bit nervous because I don't know what I'm going to expect, you know? I don't know what I'm going to expect. Okay, so choke is on, obviously, right? Choke is on, then it's in place. It should be primed. Oh, that moves so smoother than the beginning with oil inside. Okay, so here we go. It's alive! It's alive! And it's not pumping water yet. Come on. I was told that I might need. Yeah. I was told that I'm going to need a what's the word? One of those earmuffs. I put a picture on the screen. And because apparently these outboards, when they're in the factory, they remain there for a while. So instead of a bucket, I'm gonna need some earmuffs that forces the water into the engine itself. So time for me to get some earmuffs. Okay, everyone, I got the earmuffs from Walmart. They're like $7 and some change. And let's see if this works this time. I'm not sure if it'll start right up. We'll see. Yeah, it does. There it is. We got water pumping. Water is pumping. Water is pumping. All right. This is gorgeous. Okay, so that worked. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to the bucket because I'm gonna do the initial brake and I'm gonna leave it on the water for about an hour. So let me get to that. Okay, so I got it back on the bucket this time. It should be ready. Yep, there it is. There it is, look. It's pumping water, yep. And this is thanks to you guys. Because when I made the announcement about this motor, a lot of you gave me a lot of tips from Australia, from Europe, and here in the US. These motors apparently are really good and not expensive, but they do require, as you can see, a little bit more extra finesse to get started. Anyway, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna leave the motor right there for I'm gonna wait about 30 minutes. I wanna make sure the water doesn't get too hot for the motor and just let it break in. The motor's still running right now. It's been like 20 minutes. I'm gonna leave it for a little longer. But what I'm gonna show you guys right now, it's a bit of a joke. Well, sort of. There's a YouTuber who follows me under the name of Boats and Outboards. I know, you know who you are, buddy. This is just for you. He voiced his opinion when I made the announcement. That's not a 12 horsepower, that's a 9.8, and you're right. You're absolutely correct, and in your honor, I did this. This is just for you, buddy. That's a 9.8. I changed the stickers, and it's a Hangkai. I'm gonna leave the stickers on. I mean, Hangkai, Tohatsu, Hangkai. I figured it'll be great playing words. Anyway, see you guys in a little bit once the first hour break-in finishes. Actually, it's been 30 minutes, and I just checked the water, and the water is rather warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna turn it off, let the water cool down, and then I just, you know, running it again for an hour, 30 minutes, you know, for the initial break-in. So that's it, you know, for the initial unboxing and opening and breaking of the motor. So let's do a quick recap. Most important things, 25-to-1 ratio. As you guys can see, the motor was smoking a lot. That's to be expected because he's currently using twice as much oil than it usually would, you know, when you're using it out on the water, you know, after the break-in period. It's usually 50-to-1. So instead of like 3 cups and plus, it'll be 1.5 cups, a little bit more than that, you know, moving forward after the 10 hours. For the water review, like for the initial water review, once I take it on the water to spend some hours out there, that probably will not be happening in another month or so because I got in the middle of holidays. I got other projects coming up, but I'll do my best to catch up with this. So yeah, guys, I mean, it looks like a great little motor. I mean, it's fantastic. It starts, it runs. I actually touched the engine while it was running, and it's not as hot. It looks like 4-stroke, like my 6 horsepower Tohatsu is a 4-stroke, runs a little hotter, but then it has the oil inside that keeps it cool and lubricated, which is okay. I'm impressed. All right, so now, thanks guys for watching. I will put as many links as I can below for all the things that you might need, although you likely can find them at your local Walmart super center. You know, little things like little earmuffs, 2-stroke oil. But again, I'll put links below of the motor and all the stuff. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one. Later.